Good evening, everyone. Lafayette Mayor President Joel Robideau is defending one of his aides who is accused of using federal grant money for his personal business. KETC's media partner, the Acadiana Advocate, reports in 2016, Marcus Bruno borrowed $35,000 from Lafayette Neighborhoods Economic Development Corporation for use by LA Consultants, a firm owned by Bruno. Chris Welty joins us live in the newsroom with more on what the mayor is saying. Chris.
Jim, last night, Mayor President Joel Robideau sent a press release out on behalf of his office saying, quote, "I'm deeply disappointed in the misleading headline and story. He wouldn't go on camera with us today, nor would he defend his aide before the story came out." Meanwhile, the Advocate is standing by its reporting. Ben Myers, staff writer for the Acadiana Advocate, says through his research of nonprofit Lafayette Neighborhoods, he discovered the loan to Marcus Bruno.
The story does not accuse him of making any violations, but it points out that these regulations exist.
Regulations such as who can apply for these loans and what the minimum requirements are.
The regulation says that any city parish employees or any employee of the grantee who is in a position to have inside information or participate in decision making regarding the CDBG money can't personally benefit from it.
According to the Advocate, a city parish employee provided Bruno with detailed information about the Grant Fed Loan Fund. Bruno sent an application to the loan program from his city parish email to his personal address. We found the latest audit of Lafayette Neighborhoods Economic Development. It states the program is overseen by Lafayette Consolidated Government, who also gives them financial support.
And I specifically requested an interview with Joel Robideau at that point.
Myers says he corresponded with Robideau's office 8 times via phone calls, text messages, and emails, but his requests for an interview were unanswered.
So really, they had multiple opportunities to provide information or a response.
I think so, yes.
In the mayor-president's release after the article came out, Robideau acknowledges Bruno and his wife applied for a small business loan. He says Lafayette Neighborhoods grants minority small businesses loans and is separate from LCG. Robideau went on to say, quote, "To suggest that this is anything other than a properly issued loan is a serious distortion of the facts," end quote. Lafayette Neighborhoods' own website says differently.
He didn't point out any facts that were inaccurate. He didn't explain what he thought was misleading, and he didn't address what could be a conflict of interest issue under federal guidelines. He didn't address any of that. So substantively, he did not address anything in the article, and he didn't point to anything that he found misleading. He just called it misleading.
We filed several public records requests with LCG for documents connected to Bruno's loan. LCG responded saying they sent that request to their attorneys. Live in the newsroom, Chris Welty, KETC TV3.
Next up, new developments in the clerk.